Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am Adrienne, I live in New York City and I love playing with makeup. This week I'm actually in Florida at my mom's house, so it's like such a sad, drab room. We really have to decorate this. This is gonna be more of a life update, chatty get ready with me, because it's been a few months since I've given myself the time to go and give you guys an update, even though I've promised it. And it's because life has just been a series of wow. And so I know for me, when I follow YouTubers, even though I don't have a large following, I feel like I have some lovely people who've reached out, and I feel like, why not? I'm a very open person in my life, and so I don't want to be anything other than open on my channel. That was always my intention when I started my channel during the pandemic. And so yeah, I want to give you an update. It's just I've literally not had the energy or time to sit down. So instead of setting aside the perfect time to give you the perfect update, I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk right now. We've already started. I'm putting sunscreen even though it is currently raining and cloudy. This is the Good Molecules Sheer Mineral Sunscreen SPF 30. This is really nice. It's really nice. It's not so heavy. It's moisturizing enough, but I'm going to use my SunnyDays in the shade Mulholland. It's pretty like fuss free, and that's why I bring it along when I come here. But anywho, what do you all need to know about my life? So I feel like sometimes, and I'd love to hear from you all, like, do you go through phases where just like the universe is like reminding you that you need to take care of yourself because like everyone around you is getting sick, or there's little problems that are arising in people's health? I feel like that is happening to me and my family right now. So a couple of months ago, my husband started to like come down with some really weird type of like hypoglycemic episodes, and he's not like diabetic or anything. So it's just sort of random. And so he's been having to take all these tests, but when they come on, you know, they're very scary. So he has just put himself through the ringer of like going to every single doctor to figure out what the hell is going on, because it's really disruptive. And of course, as you know, like when you love someone, you worry for them and you want obviously what's best for them and to help them. But, you know, it can be a lot of strain. In addition to that, you know, like my mom, she just started to present with a lot of weird stuff, like dizziness that was out of the blue and things of that nature. So she started to kind of have to start going to a lot of doctors. And I would fly down to help accompany her, especially when some of the scarier tests would happen. She had to have like a PET scan and stuff. That was really nerve-wracking for her, and her nerves have gotten, you know, the best of her, especially in age. I think that happens a lot with people. It's scary. It's scary to go down the road of like investigative medicine when you're not like a spring chicken. It just is. And I'm actually in healthcare. I don't think I've talked about that before, but in healthcare design, like I design benefits and administer benefits for a large organization. And so I'm not, I'm pretty comfortable and savvy when it comes to like navigating the healthcare system. And so, yeah, I offer an element of support that I think, you know, is helpful here. So I've been down to help her doing kind of the most investigative things. We actually found that she has stage 1 breast cancer. So I am here this week because my mom is having surgery in a couple of days. And thankfully it was caught super early, and thankfully it is like the most common form. but still it's very scary. You know, when you hear cancer and your spouse died of cancer just 2 years ago, and you're very familiar with the process of, you know, what all of that entails, you know, oncology appointments, all these coordinators, it could be a bit daunting. And so yeah, so it was just scary for us. I think we all had a reaction. I don't think, also, like, my sister is the other person who I worry about the most, and I don't think she's doing so well either. So I just have a lot of like worry for others, out of my control kind of situation, but trying to keep it together. And in the midst of all this, of course, not that I knew this was coming, but I decided a few months ago, actually, or I think it's already been about 6 months ago, I decided to pursue becoming an end-of-life doula. Which I know, like, here I am dealing with all this stuff, and I'm like, and also I want to be around dying people. But the truth is, like, the experience of losing my father and being with him during those last 5 months of life since his diagnosis and his eventual departure really gave me so much perspective. And like I said, I actually work in healthcare adjacent field, and I just see a lot of breakdown, at least in the United States, with respect to how families are treated sometimes, how everything's kind of disjointed, and also that just the stress of terminal diseases, cancer, the stress of talking about death, the acceptance of death. We're very disconnected. This is a human problem. We're not supposed to just be like, death, bring it on. You know, it's not, we're not wired that way. But I do feel that other cultures have a better sense of system and support and an ability to question and accept unrelated to religion. And even though I'm a very spiritual person, I'm not a very religious person. And I could go through a whole video as to why that is. And so as part of that, I just felt like there was a space for the way that I was with my father, what I learned by taking him to his appointments, what people reflected back to me about my attitude, the way of being, how they wished other families members were like me. I'm a very calm person. I have a very calming disposition when it comes to someone else in crisis. I thought I could do that for other people. That's really what it came around to. I really thought I could do that for other people. And so I wanted to pursue this. I didn't want to go down the road of like starting a new career or anything. It's not about that. It's about volunteering and being present for others during really difficult times. And so I thought if I could hold it together for my own father, where I was so emotionally invested, even though at night I would break down, you know, I would settle him in, I would go and I would call my husband on the phone and I would just lose it for hours. I feel though that I could be supportive enough for other people, but not so invested that it would be a drain on me. So anyway, in the midst of all this, I've decided to start training for this. So I went to a seminar. I did a lot of pre-work. I have to do some post-work. And then I want to start volunteering at hospice. I have been somebody who, as a child, I was fascinated by death. Not in a morbid way, but I was fascinated by the fact no one wanted to talk about it. And it's so final, which I know seems like a given or how stupid of a comment to make, but you would think with the finality of death in relation to every single person, that it would be something that is just discussed more often. And it isn't, which I think makes it so fraught with fear and anxiety, and you put other people's you know, all the people connected to you in the mixed, and they have also fear and anxiety, and it's really somewhat intolerable for the person who's experiencing dying, or families who have just experienced death. I thought before somebody close to me died that the act of someone dying that you mutually love would bring you together. What I've seen more often than not is that it tears families apart, because it's such a personal type of reaction and experience, and we all handle it differently. And so if you don't surround yourself with the right support and acceptance, you end up withdrawing. And I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for my family. I don't want that for the people, even people I meet. I care about people when I meet them. I care about you all. You know, when you reach out, you tell me stories, I automatically care. I am one of those people. If you worked with me, I have people coming over to my desk and sitting down, and it's like therapy sessions. But I just like to hold space for people and let them work out their lives. It's so rare to be heard, right? It's to be heard in a way that isn't going to offend someone that you're with. So if it's like with a friend or with a therapist or with a family member, there's a lot about that interaction of like listening, talking, that is sort of like the other person's invested in a way that sometimes you don't want them to be if you just want to be heard. And I think like that's part of it, is like I try to be as impartial and not be prescriptive as much as possible. Let me just catch you up on what I put on my face very quickly. I'm just testing out some Jones Road. This is their gel bronzer in light. I followed up with their powder bronzer in the shade Light Tan. This one here, very nice color. I also put on my lips a Chantecaille lip veil in Honeypot. This one here, very expensive lipstick, but I broke down and I purchased it and I don't regret it. It's such a beautiful nude and the formula is so comfortable. It's just a lot of nutritious elements that doesn't have a scent. It's beautiful. Everything I've ever tried of Chantecaille is wonderful. I wish I could report otherwise, but it's just not true. Then on my cheeks, I put on the color Baby from M Cosmetics. I really love this product. And then I just powdered my face with my Moira pressed powder. This is the Set and Correct in shade 200. Has these like multi-colors. I love this powder. I think it's fantastic. The loose powder tube by Moira, absolutely worth it. Not worth spending any more money on pressed powder. It's kind of makes me feel silly when I try others and I'm like, why? Moira is so good at this. And then on my eyebrows, I'm using the Brow Wiz by Anastasia in medium brown. It's a perfectly fine color. I have it, I want to use it. Last, I will be putting on some eye stuff. I think I'm gonna use my new Half Magic Eyelectric Dream Lengthening Mascara in the shade Teal. This one, I love this. And I pair it with LA Girl Shockwave Metallic Liner in Ocean. Goes really well. And then on my eyeshadow side, I brought my Viseart Paris at it. I really love this palette. It's so pretty. And I love wearing a lot of just shadows here, one and done. So I will be using this. And for my primer, I have been trying this and been very impressed. The About Face eyeshadow primer. Shockingly, it works. Even though like from a texture standpoint, I don't think it should work on me because I have very oily eyelids, but it has been working. So yeah, it's just been a lot. And in the midst of all this, my job has been really, really busy. It's a time period of just busyness. There are changes coming to my job. There's more responsibility that's going to be given to me, which I'm very excited about. It's an amazing opportunity. But at the same time, it's like, oh, you know, I love when good stuff like this happens, but it's like, I just need a break. I just need a long vacation. And I'm gonna use this like gray color because I think I want to just do real neutral look and then have that teal pop. I'm also going to use that kind of metallic cream color. So I feel like I, as concisely as possible, got you guys caught up. Some of the stuff I do to release stress. I have been playing with makeup. I just haven't turned on the camera. So I have been organizing, and that's something I've done since a child. I think I have a bit of OCD, honestly. And I've had it since a kid. I used to just organize, but organize to a degree that's sort of, it's compulsive. It's not normal to spend like 8-9 hours organizing a drawer. And I used to do that as a child. Pre-internet, pre all the people who kind of do like beautiful Pinterest things. I used to do that just for fun, and I used to do it in my, my mom's makeup drawer, things like that. So I still lean on those tendencies when I'm very stressed. I will take on tasks like that. So I've been doing that a lot with my clothing, kind of organizing my clothing and organizing my makeup further, because something I do have to also keep in check is when I'm so stressed like this, I can also turn to retail therapy, which I have a real bad habit of. And I still have moments where I'm like, oh my God, how much did I spend at Nordstrom's this month? Deadly. My favorite store. Do you guys want to know what I got at the Sephora sale? Because I can also do a video playing with that makeup. I don't feel like I bought that much makeup. I was really targeted with the makeup that I bought. However, I still spent a bit because I invested in some fragrances that I really like. One of the fragrances that I picked up, and I actually have the little baby bottle of it, is Burberry Goddess. Oh, wow, this is so, so good. It's like if you like vanilla, tonka, lavender, things like that, it has like this refreshing note, but still the warmth, and it doesn't smell overly generic. Normally for this time of year, I am absolutely a by the fireplace type of person. So I bought a brand new bottle of that because I had finished it and I just couldn't imagine going winter up north without it, because I love that smoky smell. But if you don't like that smoky smell and you still like refreshing vanilla, try this Goddess by Burberry. It's really nice. And so I tend to like to buy a small travel size of fragrances I really love and the full bottle, because sometimes I'll forget to put on fragrance and at least I have it in my purse. So that's that mascara in Teal. It's such a subtle little thing that I think is kind of fun. And then I match that with that liner, which then makes the mascara pop. With all the other neutral, I feel like that's a nice look. It's a little different. And yeah, so anyhow, I have to finish getting ready because I am taking my mom out to lunch. But I wanted to, jump on and chit chat with you. And hopefully once my mom has the surgery and the holidays kind of settle in a bit, I will be able to be a little more consistent. But I hope everyone is doing well and isn't going through one of these like bizarre, challenging experiences where either you or a loved one is experiencing health challenges. Oh yeah, I should say in the midst of all this, I have to maybe have surgery for something. Oh, I can't even get into that. I'm gonna put that as an aside. But anywho, I could go on and on. I'm obviously going through that kind of phase right now. So be well, and we will talk soon. Okay, take care, everyone.